Hi, how are you guys? Learning English as a second language can be challenging. A writer once humorously suggested that English isn't a single language. Instead, it's three languages stacked on top of each other in a trenchcoat. English borrows many words and terms from other languages. While English is a Germanic language, it also includes words derived from Greek and Latin. It draws some inspiration from Celtic and Norwegian languages, too. This combination of vocabulary and speech pattern makes English pronunciation a little more tricky than other languages. Still, there's no need for ESL speakers to feel self-conscious about their language skills. With practice, anyone can learn to speak English like a pro. I will put it in some points. 1. Accept imperfections. There's no doubt about it. English is a strange language. Even native speakers can have trouble pronouncing certain words. Children in English-speaking nations have to work hard to learn the correct spelling. It also takes time to learn to conjugate verbs. English has a lot of irregular verbs, and speakers must memorize the rules for each one. That takes time to master. Spelling and conjugation mistakes are common, even among native speakers. If your spoken English isn't perfect, that's okay. It's normal for English speakers to struggle from time to time. Correct pronunciation can be a challenge for native speakers too. As you work on your English, don't try to avoid every possible mistake. Instead, focus on clarity and meaning. A few pronunciation errors are unavoidable. Most native speakers can overlook these errors as long as they understand your core meaning. Remember that you'll learn to self-correct as you gain exposure to the English language. The more you practice speaking, the fewer errors you will make. Accept mistakes as part of the learning process. Number 2. Practice several times a day. Practice is the key to learning any language. Unfortunately, many ESL speakers put off practice. They prefer to study out of a book or listen to English television programs in private. Speech practice can seem scary. You might feel embarrassed or ashamed when you make mistakes. Remember tip number 1 and learn to embrace your mistakes. Look for opportunities to practice your English. Try not to become frustrated if you make mistakes. Each time you practice English, you sharpen your skills. Practicing with a native speaker is ideal. A native English speaker can introduce you to new speech patterns, slang, and regionalisms. These tips and tricks can help you learn to speak English fluently. Practice with your fellow ESL speakers when you can, but look for opportunities to practice with a native speaker too. Number 3 and the last one. Ask questions. If you don't understand a word or phrase, speak up. Ask your teacher or conversational partner for help. Learning new words takes time and plenty of exposure. English has one of the largest vocabularies in the world, with over 1 million words. You can't expect to learn them all overnight. Remember that native speakers also run into unfamiliar words or phrases. Don't be afraid to ask your conversational partner to define a new word or explain a slang term. You can also ask your partner to slow down their speech or repeat a sentence. Finally, thanks for watching. I hope you have learned a lot, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to watch the full season of Learning English.